Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Your girl is in a good mood today, honey. Despite what's going on, we're in a good mood. So I went ahead and did this all matte, no shimmer, no highlight. Don't know what I was thinking. This was really a challenge for me not to reach for them right before I sprayed my face. I was this close, but I had restraint. I had self-control. I said, no, we gonna get the people all matte. So here we are. Everything will be listed down below. Literally everything on my face is matte. Matte primer, matte setting spray, matte eyeshadow, matte lip, all the way. And the face, honey, she's sitting. She's sitting. This might be a new move for me. I'm still kind of glowing from within because you know that's the God in me. Oh, skirt. Also, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy me. And also make sure you subscribe, become a part of the Trice tribe. Baby, it don't cost you nothing. You will have a good time, I guarantee it. I know the manager, she pretty dope. Yeah. If you would like to see how to get this beautiful, all matte, flawless, we kind of look like we from the 90s, who is she type of look, then just keep on watching. Woo, child. Okay, we're actually doing eyebrows in this video. What? Everybody, round of applause for me. So I'm taking my powder, one of these banana powders I use. I think it's my Makeup Revolution. And I'm just using this fluffy brush to coat my eyebrows. If you are oily like me, this is a necessary step to make sure that your hairs stay in place and you get the effect that you want on your eyebrows with the hair-like strokes. Now I'm taking this LA Girl brow pomade in dark brown, which I was pleasantly surprised it wasn't too dark. But I'm just using that to carve out my brows, and then I'm going to create hair-like strokes within the brow using this brush from e.l.f. It's like a spoolie on one end and an angled brush on the other side. And I'm just doing that and then brushing through it. I'll have a more in-depth tutorial on eyebrows later, but I did just kind of want to show them for video purposes. So now I'm just taking my eyebrow gel from Essence in Brownie Browns to bring the hairs out a little bit more. And then I'm always going in, brushing with the spoolie, plucking any unnecessary hairs. And then I'm going to clean up with my foundation. This is I think this is the Stay Matte 24 Hour. It's from Maybelline. I'll have it down below. But I like to use foundation to carve out my eyebrows because I'm not into that super highlighted look, depending on the look I'm going for. So this is going to match the foundation when I put it on my face. So I just use it to carve out my brows and hide any extra hairs. I brush out the hairs at the front, and then voila, we got brows. So now I'm going to prime my lids with this concealer from ColourPop. It's the No Filter Concealer in medium or dark 36. Medium 36, dark 36, down below. And I'm blending it out with this brush just as a base. Then I'm going into this shade in the Morphe, I think this is the 35M palette. They don't have names, but I'm just placing that all up in my crease. And I'm not taking this super high. I'm kind of keeping it in my actual crease. But if it ends up going a little higher, that's okay. We all have different eye shapes. And I'm using this fluffy crease brush from e.l.f. Then I'm taking this other brown shade in the same palette and placing that a little bit below. So I'm really just layering browns. Okay, sis, this is an all matte look. So we're only using matte shadows. And I thought it would be really pretty using matte browns. You can use matte pinks, matte greens. I might do that in a later video. But for now, I'm just layering the browns. That's all there is to it. And you just want to go back in and blend with a fluffy brush. Now I'm taking these two shades in the Jaclyn Hill palette on that fluffy brush and using those to diffuse the brown that we put near our brow, just to make sure everything melts. So now going in with this flat brush from e.l.f. in the color Chai in the Itsmyrayeraye palette. I'm using that all over my lid. I figured out when I'm doing matte looks, this is my perfect like lid shade. I think that's a contour shade that it's used for in that palette, but it goes perfect on my lids on top of my concealer for that nice pop of highlight to really melt the look together. So we're going to blend around that, and I'm not really cutting my crease with concealer, but I am kind of cutting my crease with that light shade, and then I'm going back in with that first brown we used, placing that on the outer edges and towards the middle just to kind of blend everything together. Now I'm taking this e.l.f. liquid liner. Love this. It's like $1, y'all. If it's not $1, it's like $3. Dries matte. Perfect for these type of situations where you're trying to do an all matte look. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do a wing or not, but we ended up doing a wing. So I take my liner in sections so it doesn't go all over the place. When you have lids that kind of fold or crease, you don't want to try to make one swipe. That's how it ends up messy. So I start in the middle, work my way to the front, and then I go back to the end. Now I'm just getting any excess liner I got in my inner corner out with some micellar water. And then I'm cleaning up the edges with that same towel and a little micellar water. Alright. Now I'm taking these mist lashes. These are 3D Pure Mink. These are the more bougier version because they cost a little bit more. But I will have them listed down below as to which style I used. Now we're going into our matte e.l.f. Putty Primer. Again, all matte look. I did prep my skin before I did my makeup, which I always do. So I have some hydration on my face. So I'm not completely drying out my skin, but I'm putting that all over my face. And then the trick is I'm taking this NYC powder. This is just a translucent powder. You can use any one that you have. I don't think they make this anymore, and I hate to do that, but this was the only one I had at the time. And so I'm placing that all over my face with my damp sponge. Then I'm going in with my foundation. So this trick has been all over YouTube, let's be honest. But for this all matte look, it made my skin look like butter. So I'm placing this Makeup Revolution foundation in the shade F13 all over my face. And I am just buffing that in with this damp Sonia Kashuk sponge from Target. And then I'm going on my forehead with the same foundation. I always do my forehead last because I have to really get into that area of my hairline, above my brows. So it's okay to not put all the foundation on at one time. Now I'm taking this Milani concealer. We're going to go under our eyes. Same thing. This dries matte as well. So all of these products are matte. We love to see it. Going on my forehead, under my eyes, my chin. I don't use it on my nose because that's how I get oily. But you do, it works for you. Then I'm going in with that Makeup Revolution concealer and placing that on top of that Milani concealer just for a little bit more brightness. And I am blending out all of those areas with my sponge. I'm really taking my time under my eyes because that's where it really counts when you're doing like a, not even a soft glam, but just a matte look or a look where you want the under eyes to be a big focus. You want to make sure you're taking time out to really press that into the skin, blend it out. And now I'm taking my black Opal powder to smooth everything out around my smile lines, all over my nose. I put a little bit on my forehead, sometimes on my neck. So this is what also helps achieve the all matte look, a powder that's closer to your skin tone before you put on your highlighting powders. So I'm going to take the Morphe Banana Deep powder. And then I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Banana Deep powder. So I'm starting off with the Morphe because it's a little bit lighter. And I'm placing that in all the areas I place concealer and on my nose. And I'm patting that in with the sponge. So I take my time. I do like 2 layers of each powder. That's how you really get it to soak up all the oils and really sit on the face, honey. Really, really sit, sweetie. So you pat it in, take your time, let it melt. Don't leave it to get ashy. Just let it melt into the skin. And it looks beautiful. Now I'm taking my Nicka K Contour Duo, per the usual. And I am contouring or bronzing my face, however you want to call it. And I'm going on my cheeks, my jawline, and then my forehead. Under my chin as well, just for a little bit more definition. This is, again, an all matte powder, of course. Then I'm taking this brush by Morphe. It's the M441, and I'm contouring my nose with a mix of those two powders. So if you're doing a no highlighter, no shimmer look, you want to make sure you snatch your nose because that's a focal point on your face. And then I'm going underneath my contour with those two banana shades I used earlier to really make it pop and stand out. Again, we're not relying on shimmer or highlight, so we want to bring out our face as best as possible so it does not look flat. Now I'm going in my waterline with this Ebin cream colored pencil, also matte, ha ha ha. And then I'm going underneath my waterline in this Jaclyn Hill palette with that color, just for a little bit more color, but it's still matte and it's still a brown. Then I'm going back into that original shade we used and just buffing it out underneath. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Snapscara, just blend my lashes with the false lashes so that everything molds and melts together. And then I'm also going to do my bottom lashes too to kind of pull them out, bring them out. Not going to do anything too dramatic under there. So now I'm going into that shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette with this brush, and I am blushing my cheeks. And I love doing this on top of my contour because it all really melts before I wipe away my powder. That's something new I've been doing. So you can go a little heavier on the blush because we're not using highlight. And then just make sure you blend it and buff it out when you go over and blend out your powders. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking this big fluffy brush by Real Techniques, and I am just buffing away all of the excess powder that maybe sat a little bit longer than the powder under my eyes. Then I'm drawing my faux moles. This is an all matte black pencil. And then I'm spraying my face with the Hydra matte setting spray by Makeup Revolution. It gives a little hydration, but it's still a matte setting spray. And now we're going into lips. I'm using this pencil in brown. Sorry, y'all. I can't remember it. It'll be down below. Comes with a sharpener. And then I'm going to go on top of that with Abu Dhabi by NYX. And then I'm going to end up setting that with some powder because this is a soft matte and it wasn't drying fast enough for me, to be honest. So I'm just touching that up with some of this translucent powder. And that is it.